Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back on the channel. Today's body cam, son can't remember caught crushing his dad to death. Intoxication. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah. That's honestly what
you thought about?
Yeah. Hitting with the... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is bad. Sound bad.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Oh, yeah, because you can't remember. Yeah, you sure right. Mm-hmm.
How?
Yeah, let's just get
right.
into it.
Make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it in with a thumbs up.
I highly appreciate it. I'm thinking Florida.
Okay, let's go.
What you got?
Sure, we can go with Florida.
Ohio?
No, I'm not gonna go with Florida.
You ain't going to Florida?
No. I don't know. Let's go. Let's just.
You going to New Mexico?
No.
Minnesota? No, that's.
Let's just see.
No, you gotta say. You gotta say one.
Sure, I go Ohio. I'm just saying.
So his bone, like he said, his arm was dangling, holding on by flesh.
Did he say like why he didn't want to stay on scene? If his friend was just hit?
He didn't act like he even knew who it was.
It didn't just strike your dad. It rolled over your dad. It backed over your dad. And then it went over your dad again.
This is it.
It is?
This is it.
Yeah. Who drove it?
I don't know. Whatever you do, don't touch anything.
On Veterans Day 2023, an elderly man is found barely clinging to life after a brutal hit and run in the parking lot of a bar. As Pinellas County deputies race to track down the vehicle that fled the scene,
What is that, Pinellas?
As Pinellas County deputies race to track down the vehicle that fled the scene, chilling new details come to light, sending investigators toward a horrifying realization.
This one's getting worse and worse.
Well, I mean, it can't get any worse because your dad's dead.
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Just before 9 p.m. on November 11th, 2023, Pinellas County deputies arrive at the R Bar in Treasure Island, Florida, where they survey the aftermath of a brutal hit-and-run incident. The victim, 86-year-old veteran Tom McCown, was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Well, that's skin right there.
That's gonna be bone. Yeah, I don't know. Well, so his bone, like he said, his arm was dangling, holding on by flesh. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think those are gonna be from his shoes. Those look like bone. But the watch is pretty messed up.
Yeah, but with the watch.
So that's what doesn't. So that one goes that way, and then this one goes this way. That's what throws me off.
Well,
right. Can you guys go interview them before they close up and have to leave?
So that being said,
make sure you get.
He was flat on his back, head this way, body
I
that
already
way.
got
Okay.
that from the,
All right. Gotcha.
There's his hearing aid right there.
Tom's belongings are scattered across the scene, including a broken watch, a hat, sandals, and a hearing aid. Reports note that gouge marks in the asphalt suggest Tom had been dragged. Witnesses claim to see a vehicle, possibly a black pickup truck, leaving the scene. The key fob to a Ram was found among Tom's belongings, but the truck was nowhere to be found. Deputies head inside to speak with bar employees, who explained Tom had not been alone in the bar that night.
This guy is the guy that they were saying it was with him. I know it's the back of him, but...
They both had the same shirts on. They just came. They were celebrating this at the Legion before they came here. They said they just left the Legion.
Okay.
The image shown to deputies depicts a white male wearing a white long-sleeve shirt, blue shorts, and brown sandals. He appears to have dark-colored hair and a balding head, but the photo was taken from behind, showing only his back. The bartender who served the two men shares critical information with deputies.
Tom, I believe, has a residence here because he's here for 5-6 months every year. The other guy, like I said, I don't know him, but they were together. They were paying for everything together. So
Okay. Did he seem like a local, or did he seem like he
the other guy. I mean, he didn't have like a real hard accent or anything. I mean, I don't know if he was a snowbird too, but he seemed pretty familiar.
As deputies continue to gather details at the scene, one heads to the hospital to meet with Tom's son, 61-year-old Mark McCown, who's just learned that his father did not survive the incident.
We've been out all afternoon.
What time did you get here today?
We got in about 11:30 this morning.
You
We
drove here
drove from Michigan, left at 5 o'clock, got here at 11:30, about 18 and a half hours. It's average.
18 and a half?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long drive.
Mark explained that Tom owned a business hauling and fixing damaged boats, which Mark now manages, and confirms his father's plan was to stay in Treasure Island until the spring. As their conversation continues, details about what they did next leads deputies toward a grim realization.
So anyways, we got here, got unloaded, he got things kind of half squared away, he was all geeked, excited. And
Right.
then we went out, decided we'd try the American Legion and mid-year.
Straight shot drive from Michigan all the way down?
According to him.
No rest?
I mean, y'all would have to get gas and
No, I'm saying no rest.
and stop. I guess not.
And we go straight to the bar, hanging out.
The way he making it seem, no.
Oh yeah, this one number. You get what I'm saying?
Deer Beach.
Okay.
One of my favorite
One near
places.
John's Pass.
Went there, had a few drinks, he talked to some people, and then we went over to the one in Treasure Island. We sat there, had a few drinks, then we decided to go to the yard. We wanted to go to the yard bar. That's his favorite place to go.
God damn.
We went in there, had a few drinks, and then we were gonna leave and go back to the other Treasure Island and one across the road, and then go home.
Okay.
Bro, y'all been drinking off of no rest. Going from bar to bar.
And
we bar
what's a
hopping
couple or a few drinks to you?
at multiple different
At
locations.
multiple different locations. That's a lot of drinking.
Off of no sleep. Because when you already tired, you already delusional. You know what I'm saying? You already can't focus. Now we intoxicated.
And you a little older. What, you 61? Your dad was 86. That's just a lot going on.
Deputies noted a strong odor of alcohol coming from Mark's breath and person during their conversation. Based on Mark's own account, it appears that he was the one who was earlier seen with Tom at the bar just before the incident, raising serious questions.
So when you were at the R bar, did you guys leave together?
No. Well, no, he got up. We kind of drank up. He said, all right, we're leaving. And he was going to go back to the Treasure Island, or the one across the street.
Uh-huh.
And I said, all right, the car was out here. So I said, all right, I'll meet you over there.
Mark explains that when his father didn't show up, he attempted to call him, but got no answer.
Did you call anybody else by any chance?
About him?
At all?
No. Then one of my sisters called me and said they saw something on Facebook, and they got something about my dad.
So something about your dad on Facebook?
Yeah.
Did she send like a picture of it or anything?
Yeah, a pedestrian accident.
Okay. Why would you think that was your dad, though? Why would she think it was your dad?
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah, you're right.
Mark continues explaining what happened after he left the bar without his father.
I drove around over across the street, waited, didn't see him. I walked in, didn't see him, so I started calling, and I wondered what. Then I started to come back, and then there was police, and someone said, hey, get out of here, there's a crime scene.
Right. You didn't think anything of it?
I didn't know, so I thought, okay, I left. I drove back to the condo, looking maybe he started going that way.
Right.
He didn't.
What were you... Is this what you wore to the bar tonight?
I had a white shirt on. I actually took it off because it was long sleeve. I was hot.
Oh, okay.
It's laying on the table at the condo.
Right.
If you want to take me back, you can walk and see it.
Right.
In the truck, it's there.
Okay.
The key. So my sister called an Uber. Said, "Here, I'm calling an Uber."
Why did she call you Uber when you had the truck there?
She said, "Why don't you take an Uber to the hospital?"
Okay.
Mark provides the address for his father's residence at the Sunset Cove condominiums, where
this ain't looking good at all. Cause like the officer said, your sister's not here. Why would she automatically assume
that's
your father? It just says pedestrian. It doesn't say your father. 2, why would she call you an Uber to the... She don't know if y'all been drinking. She don't know how intoxicated you are. Why would you? No, you called the Uber. You probably contacted your sister. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not sounding too good.
Deputies locate Tom's black Ram pickup truck.
This is it.
It is?
This is it.
Yeah. Who drove it?
I don't know. Whatever you do, don't touch anything. And what's this back here? It's gotta be the son. He's the only one who had access to it. Damn, look at that.
That would make sense on why
So know that he hit something else. And this is recent because
Yeah, look
there's
at that.
scuff all the way.
Even the bumper.
Yeah. Damn.
And right here.
A closer look at the truck revealed splatter on the driver's side tire and wheel consistent with blood and what appears to be human tissue hanging from the front axle. After learning of the gruesome discovery, the deputy confronts Mark.
They went to the condo and they looked at the truck, and there's some concerning things underneath the truck, on the truck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
Not a clue?
Not a clue.
All right. So,
As
yeah,
far as I know, I don't think he went through the truck at all from the air bar.
No, well, I'm not talking about in the truck. I'm talking about underneath the truck.
Yeah.
So you know how your dad was killed, right?
They said he was hit.
Yeah, he was hit by a vehicle. And one of the witnesses that we have from the scene said it was a black truck.
Oh.
You don't know anything about that?
It wasn't me. It wasn't.
Wasn't you? Okay.
I'm sure.
So your dad's truck.
Also, he's too calm.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, you too calm for you to know that your dad was involved in this hit and run, basically, or someone hit your dad. Like, you hear they question you, they're telling you this stuff, and you just too calm. Oh no, hey, wasn't me. I'm sure of that. How you know? How you so sure? You were intoxicated. For you to not know that you hit
Too
and
damn
ran over a
intoxicated for
drug.
me.
Yeah, too much.
Too intoxicated.
Has remains underneath it. Blood, skin, things of that nature.
What? No.
I know that you're telling me no, but I'm telling you that's what we found on the truck. Okay, and you went and told me that nobody else has access to that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know anything about how that got there?
No.
Okay, your whole demeanor has changed now. You recognize that?
No, but I mean, I'm a little taken aback that you're saying there's stuff on the truck.
Right. Do you think that maybe you were intoxicated when you were driving away from there? You've been out drinking all day?
I had a few.
Yeah.
But
more than normal?
Probably a little more than.
Deputies were able to obtain surveillance footage from the parking lot. At approximately 8:28 p.m., a man presumed to be Mark exits the bar first and enters the driver's side of the truck. The second male, presumed to be Tom, exits next and walks slowly toward the vehicle. For unknown reasons, Tom appears to fall down in front of the truck as the headlights go on and is seen lying directly in front of the truck wheels. The vehicle moves forward and appears to jump up and down, consistent with running someone over. As the deputy describes what they saw next.
Do you think he really knew? Do you think he knew his dad was in front of the?
I think he,
because he could have been so intoxicated that he didn't know.
Yeah,
I
think he just super intoxicated, and the dad being his age and drinking how he drinking
and stumbled, fell.
Yeah, tripped. And I just think they intoxicated, like you said, lack of sleep. I don't know if y'all have gotten any sleep or not, or whatever the case may be. But it's just
because they could have also, because somebody could say they could have rotated. They could have rotated on the trip. Hey, you sleep first half, then I'll wake up and I'll drive out the second half, and you can go to sleep. But typically, I would think because the dad's so old, the son drove the whole way. And
yeah, I was about to. I mean, like, does the dad do much?
At 80-something, you never know.
Well, he could still, because that don't mean that you're not driving, because he was going to stay there until spring.
But also, he's helping run a business now, so he could have stayed there too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because dad won't have no transportation, no way around, unless he was just going to 100% rely on Uber, which that's not safe for an elderly person only to rely on Uber. Yeah, especially these day and age.
Consistent with running someone over. As the deputy describes what they saw next, the conversation with Mark takes a dark turn.
We've got a vehicle leaving the parking lot And what we think is that that vehicle struck your dad. Okay? But the problem that I have is it didn't just strike your dad. Okay? It rolled over your dad. It backed over your dad. And then it went over your dad again.
Oh.
That's the problem that I have.
So it's a situation where first you boom, back it up, boom, boom, and you boom, boom, boom.
But the question is, are you so intoxicated that you don't know what you like? You trying to drive or trying to,
or you think
out,
you
or
like
you
did I, or it could have been a situation. Did I just run over something? Boom, boom, boom. I don't see nothing. Boom, boom, boom. And go.
Is it one of those situations,
or is it situation? Doom, doom, doom. Let me
I
make
would
sure.
hope not.
Doom.
Like y'all been, yeah.
But you never.
I just said I would hope not, but you don't.
Situations we've seen worse situations. Things like that happens oddly a lot nowadays.
I'm telling you that that's what happened right before I came here.
There's no way I could have done that.
Before questioning continues, the deputy reads Mark his Miranda rights.
I mean, am I under arrest?
You're being questioned right now. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm free to go.
I can't believe I did. I'm blown away.
So I guess
Really.
I got one. Do you want to continue with the interview?
What do you mean continue?
Well, I'm going to continue to ask you questions. I advise you of your rights. Okay. So you said you understood your rights. My question to you is, do you want to continue with this interview?
You mean
continue answering questions?
Get a lawyer?
I'm asking you if that's what you want.
I don't know. My best judgment says get a lawyer, but I got nothing to.
Oh, I can't advise you one way or another.
I know.
Okay?
I can't believe that I did. Just like a bad nightmare.
Yeah. So my sergeant gave me some more information, okay? And what he said to me was that your vehicle, that truck, your dad's vehicle, actually comes back to the scene more than once.
Earlier in the investigation, 2 witnesses reported that the man with Tom, now presumed to be Mark, returned to the scene multiple times on foot after the incident. On one occasion, a witness claimed to have directly confronted him.
She goes, "You drive a black GMC pickup truck." And he looked at her and he said, "No." And she looked at me dead in the face and she said, "I stared at him through his windshield. I know that's the guy driving the car."
That's what the cop said.
That's what the lady who...
Well, technically, he don't drive a black GMC. Technically, it's a black Ram, right?
Mm-hmm. Called the cops said.
Did he say like why he didn't want to stay on scene if his friend was just hit?
They didn't. He didn't act like he even knew who it was.
Still, Mark insists he has no memory of the event.
This one's getting worse and worse.
Well, I mean, it can't get any
your
worse
job-
because your dad's dead. I mean, that's as
I gotta
bad
live
as it
with
can
it.
get, you know? You're facing your dad.
I can't believe I didn't
You
feel
got your dad in the headlights, and you go around him like he's just, another person laying on the ground, like a piece of garbage laying on the ground. You drove around him.
No, it's my dad.
Yeah, but why would you do that? You drove around him.
I don't remember doing it.
And didn't get out of the car to try and help him.
I would have got out. I get it. Totally. I would have got out and helped him. I don't remember.
But you didn't get out and help him. Okay? You were driving that truck. You didn't get out and help him.
What time did the incident happen? Do we know?
I remember hearing something. Yeah, I ain't gonna make up a time. I'm not sure. So I remember something started at I feel like 8 o'clock or something.
It's 12:57.
It's 10 when the police. I think they went at they started bar hopping or whatever.
Around 8 something.
I want to say I'm not sure, but yeah.
Because the reason why I'm saying that, I'm like, he done came down a little bit. It's been about 3-4 hours going on far. So I feel like we should have been did a blood alcohol test on him. But I guess you have no reason to do it because he's not behind the wheel. He's not, so.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a blood alcohol test
What
done.
his level? Yeah, I would.
What his levels were at, because that would give me way more. But he wasn't on the scene when they arrived, and he arrived at the hospital in an Uber. So it doesn't give y'all any indication to give him that, because he's not drunk driving. He's not acting irate. He just, damn. But that would have gave me possibility of my understanding of his mind state.
Lights, and you go around him like he's just, another person laying on the ground, like a piece of garbage laying on the ground. You drove around him.
No, it's my dad.
Yeah, but why would you do that? You drove around him.
I don't remember doing it.
And didn't get out of the car to try and help him.
I would have got out. I get it. Totally. I would have got out and helped him. I don't remember.
But you didn't get out and help him. Okay? You were driving that truck.
How long were y'all going to
get out
bar
and
hop?
help him.
It was already almost 11.
I'm still trying to figure out why you would hit your dad and then back over him and then drive over him again. Were you angry at him?
No, not at all.
Well, that seems like a pretty angry thing to do. It's one thing to hit your dad with the car. I mean, that's maybe an accident, okay? But we're talking about hitting him, backing over him, and then driving over him again. Did your dad owe you money?
No.
Was he taking too much from the business?
No.
Not paying you enough? Not giving you enough attention?
No.
As far as the business goes?
No, things have been good. I mean,
you guys get in an argument on the way here?
No.
None at all?
No. We got along great.
There's got to be some reason why you would not only hit your dad, but then back over him and then go over him again. And then come back to watch him die in the middle of the parking lot.
I'm shocked. I don't remember doing it.
With Mark still struggling with his memory, the deputy considers a new approach.
Do you want to see it, sir?
No, but yes.
I don't know what that means.
I really don't, but yeah, I want to see it then.
I mean, it's not, you can't see your dad dying or anything like that. It's just a truck rolling over something. If something happens to be your dad. That's the truck right there. That's the...
Huh?
So was that a laugh or a cough?
That was what. Then when he did it, hold on.
He looked over them glasses like.
He like, was that awkward?
Bro, are you like? I'm really like, has it not hit you as to what they're telling you?
I need to know his intoxication level, bro.
Intoxication. Is that what you said?
I said his intoxication levels. Like
intoxication levels. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Your dad's already lying on the ground. Let's go over it again.
That's him?
That's you somebody backing over your dad. See how the truck jumped a little bit?
I do not remember that at all. I don't remember driving around my dad. I would have stopped and tried to help him. I get it. I know where you're coming from and I understand. I don't know.
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
This might sound like a random question, just humor me. Do you know what your resting heart rate is normally? The reason I ask is your watch, as soon as we started talking about all this, your heart rate jumped up about 20 to 30 beats per minute.
Did it?
So that gives me an indication that you know. It's nervousness.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like he's coming down from his intoxication, so he understands. But I do wonder, do you remember? Because he keeps saying he don't remember. I don't remember doing that.
And he knows
I don't remember doing that. And look at them eyes. He's still feeling it a little bit, but he know what's going on a little bit more than he probably did then. But that's why I would like to know, like, which is no excuse, because you shouldn't have been drinking and driving. If y'all gonna be out bar hopping and stuff, be reliable, be responsible, and Uber or whatever the case may be. But
hold on, what you just said right there, so true. You can Uber to the fucking hospital, but you can't Uber to bar hop.
Like y'all.
And it sounds like the bars are relatively
in close proximity, so y'all could have just...
You could have Ubered there.
But then again, you don't need to be walking and either, true, so... You could have just went to one little bar, had a couple of drinks, I guess, called you an Uber, and went back to the condo. and call it a night. And that been that. Y'all acting like y'all in y'all 20s.
I'm shocked. I'm blown
Looks like
away.
you're 141 right now. That's pretty high.
That's about where he's been.
That's where I was last.
142. Yeah.
I was at Dr. last week, and I was 142 over.
And that's
That's your blood pressure.
That's your heart rate.
That's your
so
blood pressure. This is pressure. Yeah.
You jumped up to 169.
Wow.
As I was watching the watch, it just piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, no, but I don't. I'm shocked. I'm blown away that I did it. I can't believe I did it. I truly can't.
Having heard enough, the deputies place him under arrest and inform him that they will be conducting a forced blood draw to determine his blood alcohol content.
But I feel like it won't be 100%.
Yeah, it won't be as much as it was initially because it's been y'all
So
arrived on the scene to find his daddy around 10 something.
Yeah.
It's now
or it could be earlier too because the body and everything is not on the scene. So it could have been like
okay, but around 9-ish 10. 9
so
10
the
or
accident
something.
could have happened in like 9 something or right at the beginning of 10.
But my point is now it's
been so long.
after midnight. It's right now it's 2:46. I don't know. They at the hospital. Is this? I don't know where they at. This hospital. I don't know what it's at. But it's 2:46 now. Then it was 1:43. So.
This is 1:43 in the AM. That's 2:46.
Oh, so this is two. I mean, this is a new day. Oh, well, they wouldn't have waited the next day to get his blood alcohol level.
Well, this is the morning time. And then, that's a whole another day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's over 24 hours later.
Go back. Yeah, this is the 12th at 1:43.
1:43 a.m. Yeah. So they would have had to get his blood test right away. This looked like they were just they're checking something with the truck.
Oh yeah, this is the truck. The stuff with the truck at 2. This is PM now. We in the PMs.
But another day PM.
Yeah.
So 1:43 a.m. I already passed again. So
I do want to know.
24.
The point is, I do want to know his blood alcohol level was, and also 9 times out of 10, it's not as high as it was when he actually.
It would be higher.
Yeah, it was higher then.
Yeah, probably way higher.
Way.
And also, he went home and changed. He went home and changed clothes.
He went home and he said,
which is a red flag. He talking about he got hot, but that could be true because he probably was hot because he been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do get hot from drinking. It's also,
but it's just still that I'm just.
They in Florida too. So.
Okay, let's just see, man.
That they will be conducting a forced blood draw to determine his blood alcohol content. As part of the investigation, the truck's sensors were tested. While lying flat on the ground, the sensors remained inactive, but when movement was detected, a loud tone signaled an obstruction. The rear camera was also deemed to be fully functional. Inside the truck, investigators found CBD.
But with that, it's fully functional, but could it, man, he's also hella intoxicated, but is it to the point?
No excuse though, but yeah.
Gummies?
CBD gummies.
But how far forward did he pull? Did he pull forward far enough where the rearview camera would have picked up his dead body? Or was it just boom? His dad was still under the back tire.
He wasn't looking at the camera no way.
Hell no, he wasn't looking. He was too drunk.
CBD gummies with a few missing from the container, as well as something else of interest tucked in the rear passenger seat pocket.
I got a bottle of liquor. Bottle of what? I got a little 50 milliliter bottle of liquor.
A little shooter?
No, a little bigger than that, like a brown bag. Is it full right now? Nope, it's like half.
Mark's blood alcohol level tested at .039, though his blood wasn't drawn until after his arrest, approximately 5 hours after the initial incident occurred.
So what's the legal limit?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Investigators ultimately concluded that Mark left the scene of the crash, and impairment was a factor. However, it remains unclear whether he intentionally struck his father with the
Legal limit is 0.08. So at this point, he is a little sober. He done sobered up.
Until after his arrest, approximately 5 hours after the initial incident occurred. Investigators ultimately concluded that Mark left the scene of the crash, and impairment was a factor. However, it remains unclear whether he intentionally struck his father with the truck. A later autopsy of 86-year-old Thomas McCown ultimately ruled the cause of death as blunt trauma, and the manner of death was accidental. 61-year-old Mark McCown was officially charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and was released from jail on a $50,000 bond. The following April, he entered a plea of not guilty. In exchange for a plea deal, he later changed his plea to guilty and was sentenced to 10 years of probation. He was also ordered to undergo a substance abuse evaluation, and his driver's license was revoked for a period of 3 years.
When that happened? What year?
2023.
So he'll be back driving next year. Or does it start when the plea deal start? So he would have still had his license.
Does it? Oh, yeah. I was so after the rehab. I don't know. But yeah. That's sad, man. Rest in peace to Tom.
So they did insinuate that, which again, rest in peace to Tom. So they did result that he was intoxicated to the point where it did affect.
Because keep in mind, it's at the level it is now, but 5 hours earlier probably was
way higher.
Way higher. So I guess, yeah, but still.
He sobered up pretty fast.
He probably used to drinking.
But that's still. I mean,
yeah, but he probably yeah, 5 hours.
It's still pretty fast. He wasn't that's why I said he wasn't super intoxicated.
Everybody a little different though.
You get what I mean?
Somebody
but also,
like me, child still be intoxicated the next day, child.
Oh, he also had gummies in the system.
Oh, and then he had the gummies, which he had took it said
5. Yeah. They said 5 of them was missing. But that
don't mean he took them.
Then true.
Yeah, that day.
True.
Possibly, but I guess they didn't say nothing about finding
They said it was an accident. And I guess everything did come back possibly true. That his sister contacted him.
Yeah.
His sister called him because they'll be able to validate the information and stuff. That's crazy.
You know
bro.
how that man? Then you just that sucks.
And his heart rate could have jumped because he was like, "Oh my god!" Now he's just starting to process everything, and now he's like in his head, in his mind, he's panicking, trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, that's why I say it hadn't hit him yet. One, he's still kind of feeling a little good, and he really ain't. It ain't processed. He hasn't processed. It hasn't him oh my gosh, my dad is deceased because of me.
That's a bad way to go out.
What you said?
By your own son ran over like that.
Oh.
And I hope he was hella intoxicated so he wouldn't be so,
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, man. Y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar,